This is Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, commencing the Saturday Ragchew Net. Well, so far in the log, key ups while the live stream was going. Yeah, I'm just trying to work a few things out there. Right, there we go. It's alright, and the software has updated that I stream on, and it shows a little pair of headphones. Now, I clicked that thinking it was a monitor, but, yeah, it was still coming back. Yeah, not sure how that quite works. I suppose you've got to have another sound card for that to work. But, key ups before the net, while the live stream was running, we had Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa, Michael. We had G0 EUZ, and we had GW5 VOG. So, of course, yeah, we'll have to stick up the picture as well. So, if anyone else would like to join in with the Saturday Ragchew Net, go ahead with your call sign, name and location to be number 5. Okay, so, yep, nothing heard there. Yeah, we've got our little crowd at the beginning here, and of course, yeah, the picture has gone up there, as well. So we're going with, well, I'll start with a bit of food porn actually. I was eating there before, while the live stream was going out there, and of course, yeah, I had some curry rice, yeah, chicken skewers, spicy chicken skewers. Yeah, I was munching down on that, all good there. Yeah, managed to finish it before starting the net as well. So I was sat here in front of everything, while it was going on there. So we'll go over to Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Well, thank you, Chris. This is Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa from Lebanon, Tennessee, where it's about 27, 28 degrees, about 28 degrees Celsius here today on a bright, sunny afternoon. We have already changed our time, so we're a little bit further down the road than the rest of the country, it seems like. And it's, like I say, it's a beautiful day out today. Although we had storms last weekend, I will talk a little bit more about that later on, probably. And because the temperatures have been up and down, back and forth, in and out, even my food porn will reflect it being wintertime. And I'll get to that here in a little bit too, I guess. But I'm so glad to have the regular 3 people coming to where everybody knows your name here at the Ragchew Net. And I'll turn it back to you, Chris. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, where everyone knows your name. Yeah, I updated the log database today. I am apparently 0, and my city is 0, and my country is 0. Yeah, anyone who's got the WPSD dashboard, you'll notice that, yeah, the location change. So, of course, yeah, anyone who's got me in as a contact has probably got a different location. But, of course, yeah, the location is now changed on the radio ID. Went in there and I went and checked, because it's always handy to check that it's still running there. And, of course, I've got a gateway ID as well, so it's handy to check that's working as well. And, of course, yeah, it's flashing at me with... it's a triangle, yeah, a yellow triangle, and it's saying duplicate ID, but, of course, yeah, I've got 2 IDs because I've got the gateway, as well, so that's why it says that, and, there's an option to put where your license expires in there, which isn't applicable for the UK, because of course, yeah, as long as you sign into, I always sign into the RSGB every year on the 1st of January, and I just make sure and revalidate the license, make sure it's all good, and that's all you got to do is log in, and it keeps your license active in the UK for Ofcom there. So yeah, it's quite clever. So we're going to go round to G0 EUZ. Round to you there, Rod. I've got an NA. That'll be because I put a GO EUZ. So I'll correct that, and over to you.
G0 EUZ to the group. Well, good evening, everybody.
Yeah, good evening there, Rod. That's what we got. Good evening, everybody. And then you dropped out. Okay, so Rod's probably still chatting away there. So we'll pass it round to Steve, unless we hear him chatting away. Round to you there, Steve. GW5 DOG, just to keep it moving.
GW5VOG returning. Good evening, Chris. Good evening, Michael. Good evening, Rod, although you may be offline at the moment. Yeah, I only got the first couple of words and then he disappeared. So there we are. It's the Three Musketeers and D'Artagnan again. You've got the picture up there of D'Artagnan. And I'd forgotten all about that cartoon. My children used to watch it when they were little, and until you put that picture up a few months ago for the first time, I'd totally forgotten about it. Anyway, back here in Wales, not in London like last week. Yeah, I enjoyed doing that from London, and the timing worked out really well with my food arriving because it came late. We actually did get not a full refund, but we did get some of the money refunded because it was late. And there we are. And the next day went to my other son's over in West London, and we went out to the Ivy in Richmond for a meal. It was Mother's Day, so it was very, very nice. And my wife had a bunch of flowers and a little box of chocolates at the end of the day. That was good. We had a lovely meal. I had, I can't remember, sea bream or sea bass, something like that. That's what I usually have. And it was very, very, very nice. The service was really good. So, yeah, of course, we went to my younger son's house in Richmond, and he's having a big extension built on the back. So it's like a building site. And we couldn't actually stay very long in the house. We just had a look at the progress of it and that. Then we had to go down the local pub, and we had to sit there, I think, for an hour and a half before the time for our meal. I was quite drunk when I got to the restaurant, and then I had a couple more drinks there. So yeah, for me that's a lot. So I had a very good night altogether. So there we are. Back to you then, Chris, M7CCS from GW5VOG.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, and of course, yeah, there's me, and of course, I pretty much just picked up the speaker mic the wrong way round, and of course, yeah, just trying to record my screen, do a little experiment there, And of course, yeah, you might be right there. Oh no, I'm hearing it there. Yeah, I've been told there was no sound on the live stream there. Yeah, I've sorted it all out now. I believe. I don't need to send that screen recording to prove that it's all working there. Yeah, I will turn my audio down, and of course, yeah, my playback of the live stream will go back to subtitles, because that's how it's set. If you lower the volume all the way down, you just get subtitles. Thanks very much there, Steve. Hopefully, Rod does get it sorted as well. Yeah, he did rebuild his hotspot last week. Maybe he needs to run a sudo pi-star update through it. IP address, :222, sign in with pi-star Raspberry, sudo pi-star update, slam enter, and yeah, hope that it works again. But it should do. But yeah, it's worth just throwing an update through. I have today just thrown a couple of updates through, just to make sure it's all good. And of course, yeah, I'm monitoring back via DMR. I'm going in via WiresX, and I'm monitoring back YSF, and also DStar as well. Yeah, all good there. I probably could come in there via the DStar, but I don't always like the way it sounds. I might do it for an experiment. Yeah, we've got, we're going to see if anyone else would like to join us. So, if you would like to join us on the Saturday Ragchew Net, go ahead with your call sign, name and location, and an over. Okay, nothing heard, left a nice gap, and all good. We go back round to Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa. You should have absolutely extra to say. Yeah, you told me what was holding you up. You haven't told everyone else what was holding you up there. So, round to you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Thanks, Chris. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo and Papa, and I actually have an addition to this story that I told you. But anyway, the reason I wasn't here last week was last Friday, well, the Friday before the net, I was having a roof put on my house, and because all new shingles and underpaper and some wood had to be replaced. So it was kind of like living under a war zone for 2 days with all the hammering and everything else going on. And Saturday afternoon here, it's even there where y'all are, I realized that the roofers had broken one of my wires to my antenna on the front yard and disabling it so I couldn't transmit or receive very well. So I was out dealing with them. That took a little while because I don't speak Spanish and they don't speak English. So we had to do hand signals, and finally somebody pulled out their phone with a Google translator, and we figured out how to basically twist 2 wires together to make my antenna temporary fix until we could get something a little bit more permanent. Finally, on Monday, after our big storm here, Sunday night into Monday morning, I had the owner of the roofing company come back out, and he did a more permanent patch to one of the wires that I could live with for a few months anyway. But in the meantime, my neighbor down the street learned the laws of physics. If you have a trampoline in your backyard and 70, 80 miles an hour wind comes through, they will pick that trampoline up and take it to somebody else's house. Unfortunately, that person was me. And so I ended up with a trampoline in pieces across my back garden, which is also where my HF antenna in the backyard is. So that was torn down. Yesterday, I finally got dry enough that I go out and repair it, so now I have both my antennas working. But it's been kind of a rough weekend at Dad this week, trying to get on the ham radio, and I got up this morning, and we're having a storm on the sun, and that's kind of limiting my FT8. So that's my story for today, and I'll turn it back to you, Chris. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Yeah, good explanation there. And of course, yeah, I can imagine how frustrating that must have been. I could imagine. And I only think phoning a broadband or an electric provider and going to an outbound call centre is, yeah, at least you were both there and you could, and someone finally brought out Google Translate. So, all good there. And, yeah. A shame, yeah, it's got patched and whatever. You know, I'd have been pushing for a permanent fix. But, yeah, all good there. So we'll go round to Rod and let him try again. Maybe, yeah, second time lucky, that he will be able to actually get on and, yeah, the full over will go out there. So, yeah, we have to do a check he's getting through. And then, of course, he can carry on with the over. G0, EUZ.
G0, EUZ. I appear to be coming through. So I've gone on to CQ Northwest. I just don't know what's going on with the other one. But I'll do an update later and see if we can get that one back. I prefer DMR anyway. So, but there we go. Yeah, Michael, what tribulations you've had with your antennas. You know, and I was only saying in the over that nobody heard what lovely weather you were having compared to ours. Down here it's been 17 degrees today, but we have been as high as 19. And it's been very pleasant, really, although I'm still wearing a top fleece, as it were. But yeah, very nice indeed, and no rain, that's the main thing. All the fields have dried out, so when I take the dog out for a walk, I'm not coming back covered in mud, which greatly pleases me and other people, you know. So what else was there? I've not done a great deal today. I had to go to Newmarket, which is not far away, probably about 12 miles either way. No, maybe a bit more than that. Pick up my grandson. So that took care of my afternoon, and I had plans on plenty to do, really. I wanted to clean up a bit and hoover the floor and even wash the kitchen floor. But there we go. Never got around to it. Perhaps I could do it tomorrow. So, back to you, Chris. M7CCS, G0, EUZ. Oh, by the way, the live stream is bang on. It's very little lag over.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, thanks very much there. And, yeah, I actually did come up. So I changed how I was going, how it started going out. So I started streaming it, let it stream for about a minute. Then I set it to go live. So of course, yeah, it's got about a 1 minute buffer as well. So yeah, there's latency there, but not a lot of it. So yeah, it's all pretty good there. So thanks very much there, Rod, for that on the live stream. And of course, yeah, it's working pretty well. Of course, yeah, it is Ethernet cabled straight to the router. For that. So and of course, like I said, did something slightly different, but also the live streaming software that I use, it needed an update. So yeah, I had everything all set up, and I went off and some things, went over Donna's, came back, and yeah, went to go to the toilet, and of course that's passing to go to the shop. passing the shack to go there, and I looked in, and on the screen it says, yeah, an update is available, would you like to update it now? So I clicked yes, let it update, and that was only for the streaming software. And like I said, it's got yeah, it's got some earphones there now, as well as a speaker for turning the audio on and off. So yeah, I was fully aware it was going out there, and of course, yeah, I turned it back on because I thought it wasn't going out there, when there was no audio. So yeah, it's all good and working well there. But occasionally you get the odd update. They update some things, try and iron out some stuff, and yeah, it's working well. Like I said, the computer only goes on once a week, this one, and so yeah, it does do work really well. But I did manage to be passing at 5 o'clock this morning, and yeah, flicked it on there, and yeah, get all your updates out of your system, and of course everything loads a lot better when I want it to load then. So we go around Steve now, GW5 VOG.
GW5 VOG returning. Yep. Okay, glad Rod's back. And yes, Michael, you've had a lot of problems there with your roof and all that. And storms. Sounds like you had 2 storms. We'll be having some soon, I think, because the last few days have been beautiful here. Really nice. No wind, no rain. We've been in the garden every day. The garden's looking fabulous. We've got beautiful magnolia flowers out. We've got loads of camellia shrubs, absolutely covered in beautiful red flowers. And what always happens this time of year is they all come out, and then we have a terrible storm, and all the flowers get blown off them. The camellias are okay because they just grow millions of new ones, but the magnolias are ruined, and it's terrible. It seems to happen every year. We only see them for about a week, and then they all get blown off. Anyway, let's keep our fingers crossed. Yeah, food porn. Didn't have anything too exciting for evening meal tonight. Vegan crisp baked rolls and chicken flavoured rice. So that was our meal. But unusual for me, as I started in it, I was drinking a bottle of Moretti beer from Italy, and I was eating a slice of Barabrith, which is traditional Welsh fruit cake, and Barabrith means speckled bread. And obviously that must be the fruit in it, and the currants and things, and it's very dark and got a lot of spices in it. It's got like mixed spice in it, so it's spicy fruit cake, and it's beautiful. And yes, it's not that easy to get hold of, actually. They have it in a lot of the supermarkets, but not consistently, so you have to look around for it. Anyway, there we are. Yeah, I was going to say, with your Spanish workers, you were lucky ICE didn't come round and deport them all, weren't you, Michael? So there we are. Bit of politics for you. Right, back to you then, Chris M7CCS from GW5 VOG.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, yeah, thanks very much there, Steve. And yeah, all good there. And yeah, there has been a station that's been sat there patiently in the peanut. But of course, yeah, not sure if he would like to join in there. But his name is William, and he is from Michigan, KD8DXQ. Would you like to join us on the Saturday Ragchew Net? Go ahead with an over. Okay, nothing heard from there. But it's all good there. Yep, he's jumped out of UNet as well. Unfortunately. But yep, I've just give a chance for that station to call in there because I've seen him sat there for a while. Yeah, if you'd like to be number 7 into the Saturday Ragchew Net, go ahead with your call sign, name and location, and an over. Okay, nothing heard. So we go back round to Michael, and yeah, we did present his trampoline there as well. We sent it through to the inbox. I got it out to the screen. Of course, round to you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Chris, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo and Papa here. Yeah, I saw the pictures you posted up there. Yeah, that is my back garden. The fence that it's resting on is my fence. The one behind it is the tallest behind it is for the neighborhood behind me. And as you can see, it covered that area because they had a net to keep people safe. Fortunately, they didn't have anything to nail the trampoline to the ground, but they did keep the people who got on the trampoline before it blew away safe. If you look very closely at the bottom, underneath the trampoline, you'll see a pole that goes diagonally up through the trampoline. That's where my antenna used to be. So yesterday, I left the pole where it was. I mean, put it back further on the fence. And I use my electric jazzy chair, which is what I ride around on since I'm handicapped. And I went out in the backyard and I restrung that antenna along that fence row above it with my one hand and tied it off. And it worked excellent yesterday, and it's been working very good today. So I guess I did the right job. Stringing an antenna by yourself with one hand that works is quite an adventure, I'll say the least. But it's the second time I've had to do it. I put it up initially by myself, and I repaired it by myself. So we're good to go now. So that is an adventure I don't really want to repeat. Having both my HF antennas down roughly about the same time. Although it was kind of funny when the roofer's owner came out there and said, "Do you know you got a trampoline in your backyard?" He said, "Well, actually, what he said was, I guess you do know that you got a trampoline in your backyard." And I said, "Yes, it's been there since before daylight this morning." With that, I'll turn it back to you, Chris. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Okay, when you try and go for DStar and then it says, nope, it's not happening. Yeah, I will continue to try and pass it to Rod, G0EZ.
G0EZ, back to the group, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but yeah, I kept seeing call signs, but no audio. But there we go. Yeah, Michael, you're doing very well with your antennas. I don't know how you manage with the hand. Like you say, on a chair. I've been in a chair myself before I had my knees done. I was on a little electric chair. But I haven't used it since. I've still got it. I keep putting the battery on charge every now and again. Keep thinking that I might need it one day. But there we go. I'm just trying to work out why I've still got audio, and it's coming over the DMR. That's it. That's better. I turned the light feed down. It was really loud, but it's not loud. It's the DMR radio. Oops. Have I dropped out again? I don't think so. No? Appears to still be there anyway. So I'll pass it back to you, Chris, just in case I have dropped out. M7CCS use it.
Again, when you go out now onto the wrong talk group. Brilliant. But yeah, all good. You didn't drop out there, Rod. Yeah, all good. So right. What I'm going to do now is I am going to go round to GW5 VOG. Round to you there, Steve. And yeah, everybody give reports of how Rod's getting in, just so that he knows, so that it's not just between me and him. Over to you there, Steve.
GW5 VOG returning. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, he's been fine to me. In fact, he mentioned about his audio being very strong. It was very, very strong with me. So, yeah, that over was very good, and I heard every word of it. Okay, so yeah, Michael, I wonder if you could keep the trampoline and turn it into a satellite dish, maybe. Something like that. So, did you say your antenna was sticking up through it, so it's a bit of a ground plane, maybe? So there we are. And when you said about you were sitting in the electric chair, I got a bit worried for a minute. I wonder what you were sort of other connotations came into my mind there. But disability scooter, you mean? Yeah. There's lots of them scooting up and down here where I live, because we still got quite an elderly population. It's not as bad as it used to be, but it's a sort of seaside place where people like to retire to. And yeah, so plenty of the scooters going up and down. Yeah, so yes, it's coming around too quick for me. My brain won't work. I'm tired. I've been doing manual labour in the garden as usual. The wife is the head gardener and I'm the labourer. So yeah, we've been. My lovely lawn, which I got to perfection last summer, and watered it every day so it didn't dry out, because we had a bit of a drought. And all the rain we've had non-stop rain for about 4 months. It's just covered in moss now. It's absolutely ruined. So every day I've been raking it with a tine fork rake. That's rather back-breaking work. So I was doing that again today. And my wife was tidying up the borders, and every so often she'd say, "Oh, I want to move up now. Can you move me up?" So the labourer had to move all her bits and pieces further up the garden for her. So that's what I've been doing today. It's very nice, being out and lovely. I even got a sun lounger out and had a little sun lounge under the sun, and it was good. So, M7CCS from GW5 back to you, Chris.
7 Charlie Sierra, thanks very much there, Steve. And all good there, and of course, yeah, Sun Ranger. Well, talking of sun, of course, yeah, this week, as soon as the sun did come out and hit, I checked the weather, and well, I asked Nick to check the weather. He checked the weather on his phone, went to Met Office, said, yeah, it's good, no rain. And I said, is it all right up to Sunday? He said, yeah, no rain. I said, what's it like next week? And he said, yeah, it's okay. And I said, well, it doesn't matter if it does rain. And of course, yeah, I've got the trailer sent out. So yeah, it's always good to actually just put it out, let it air, and not let it just sit there in cruise positions. So yeah, that's set out in the front garden at the moment. So yeah, so I could get out there on the Sun Ranger, but I think it'd be taking it too far, going on holiday. You know, of course with you know, I went to the garage. I actually went to the garage last night, and of course I've had people asking me all day if I'm okay and everything like that. But yeah, I got robbed. Yeah. When the police got there, everything asked me who it was, and I said, yeah, it was punt number 4. So all good. Anyway, that wasn't serious. That was a joke. So we will go round that. Well, I was going to give a call out, see if anyone else was there. But we will just go to the top of the list to Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Chris Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa. Man, it seems like, well, I guess with the few people we have, that keeps coming back around to me. I wouldn't expect it so quick. But anyway, also on Monday, because when the owner of the roofing company came out to patch my, do a more permanent patch to my antenna, it started hailing in the middle of it and snowing because winter isn't totally done with us. So we had 30-degree temperatures, which is below zero, here on Monday with snow and little small balls of hail, to 28-degree temperatures today. Because it was like that part of last weekend, my wife, this is a food portion of the net, made taco soup with some local ground beef, and she also made, not right after that, chicken noodle soup with one of the extremely large chicken breasts that she bought at one of the stores. And so we have 2 different soups going on, and because that's probably what I'm having for my supper tonight, is probably the taco soup. We'll add a little cheese to it and maybe some corn chips, and have a great meal going on. Now, because it's also summertime in the temperature range, I'll be eating ice cream with it. I do love a good small bowl of ice cream when the temperatures get warm out. So that's my food portion of the show, and how our temperatures have changed from cold to hot. And I'll turn it back to you, Chris. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Thank you there, Michael. And of course, yeah, food porn out of the way as well. So we're going round to Rod G0 EUZ. Round to you there, Rod.
G0 EUZ. Back to the group. Yeah, brilliant. That sounds good, Michael. I must admit, I've just had my usual tonight, which is the sweet, what's it called? Forget that. Sweet smoky barbecue ribs. and a few French fries. So yeah, that was very nice indeed. Enjoyed that. And for the good lady, I made lamb chops and chips for her, which she thoroughly enjoyed. Well, no steak altogether. She's eating lamb chops instead, which is quite tasty, really. So There we go. While I was out picking the grandson up, I had to take him and my granddaughter to McDonald's. So, but I didn't buy anything for myself. I didn't bother. It's a bit late in the afternoon, really. So I felt I'd been robbed there as well, Chris. Not for the McDonald's price. It's how much my granddaughter eats. So yeah, it was very good. So apart from that, really, I've done very little this week. I've been outside, done a bit. My front windowsill, downstairs windowsill, has half collapsed. It's a cast. Obviously been cast. It's probably, I don't know whether it's 100 years old. The house is more than 100 years old. So it could be that, you know, and there was great big lumps of iron in it. The big bit was a hinge, obviously a gate hinge. So it's going to have to be repaired. I'll probably have a do at it myself. Make a former and get on with it, really. Chip away what's already there and make a new one. So that's a job for a warmer weather when it's guaranteed to be dry for a bit. So we shall see. And I think she wants the front step redoing as well. So that again is over 100 years old. That has been done. It's had a concrete cap on it. Because I think the actual stone is sort of delaminating with age. So what it is, I don't know. Anyway, there's the timeout. M7CCS G0EUZ.
Charlie Sierra, and you were lucky I weren't in front of the UC. And of course, yeah, we heard the timeout there, but I didn't put it up on the screen there. But it's all good. But of course, yeah, I've done some outdoor jobs this week. So at the beginning of the week, actually, I went into the neighbour's garden, Billy, and his garden backs onto my back garden. So I went into there and took the strimmer in there, and yeah, I took care of everything, all the brambly stuff that was growing, but also took care of anything that was growing up. There's a lot of purpley flowers growing up, and of course we know what little stripy things are attracted to them, and they were attracted last year. So I went in there, done that for him, and he insisted on paying me in some way, and I said, no, I'm just doing it. It helps me out. It stops them coming to my garden as well. You can open your windows, and I did that. Yeah, you can hear all the dogs as I'm outside as well. I must be setting them off with radio signals. But yeah, I just won't let it interfere with me. And yeah, the next day I went round and I did his front garden. And then I did both of my gardens with the mower. So I pretty much killed myself with that. So yeah, a lot of outdoor jobs done this week there. And of course, yeah, the better weather, you end up trying to maintain the garden so that it's nice to sit in and stuff like that. So right, I'm going to go round to Steve now. GW5 VOG.
GW5 VOG returning. Yeah. Thank you, Chris. I've got the live stream on in front of me. I've been reading the comments. Okay. I'm not going to say anything about the young ladies and their skimpy clothes. Yes, Saturday night in Cardiff. That's when you want to see it. It's what we always think is, how on earth do they not freeze to death? But when I was young, and we when we first got married, it was, so it wasn't before we got married. We went to a nightclub in Manchester, but it was about 4 miles outside the city centre, and we had quite a nice night there. I can't remember, it was sort of like cabaret club, you know, that kind of thing with comedians, and so about 1:30 in the morning, we decided to head for home, walk outside the door, and it's the thickest freezing pea super fog you've ever seen. It was, and it wasn't anything like that when we went in. And so anyway, there were no buses running, and no taxis could be got at all. You just couldn't get one. And and my wife was just wearing a skimpy dress. I had a suit on with a jacket, so being chivalrous, I had to take the jacket off and give it to her. So I just had a long-sleeved Oxford formal type shirt on underneath. I was freezing to death, and we had to walk the 4 miles back to the centre of Manchester. When we got there, there was still no taxis to be had, but we managed to get a night bus back to the outskirts of the city of Manchester, which was about 3 miles away from where we lived. So then when we got back there, the fog had gone by then, but it was still quite cold. We had to walk another 3 miles to get home. So that was a bit of quite an experience, and I think it taught my wife certainly to always take a coat with her, and there we are. But some of these young girls in town centres at the weekend, it's just unbelievable how they don't freeze to death. And back to you then, Chris, M7CCS from GW5DOG.
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, I can give you an answer to that. So, of course, for many years, when I was younger, I didn't feel the cold that much. And, of course, I used to work doing security out on the front of these pubs and nightclubs. And, just a cotton polo neck on, and pretty much black trousers. And would stand there in the summer months, and of course, it's getting chillier in the evening, but it's been hot all day, hasn't it? So you'd cool off, is the way. But the answer to why women wearing skimpy clothing and they don't get cold is alcohol. When literally once you've got that much alcohol on board. And I've known people, when there's enough alcohol on board, they will walk miles back home because they haven't got the money for their taxi in just a shirt. And of course, they don't feel the cold because of the alcohol. So, that's one of the answers. But, of course, it's just one of those things, women... they don't always leave a lot to be desired, and that's all I'd say. It's pretty much, normally, that's just the only way you can describe it. People have different personalities and dress differently. That's the only answer on that one there, Steve. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see if anyone else would like to join us. If you would, go ahead with your call sign, name and location, and an over. Okay, nothing heard, so back up to Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo, India Papa. I see. Well, we give Steve an advance warning now. If we don't get any more check-ins after this round, then we'll be going for around a 8:30 shutdown. Oh, I forgot to mention last week, livestream got cancelled. One advert must have got out there. They weren't worried about the rugby. It was one advert must have got out there. Because, yeah, by 9 o'clock the next morning, I had an email from YouTube telling me off, well, in a sense, saying it had found a copyright problem, and that what I could do about it, I could take the video down, or I could amend changes, click amended changes. I clicked save, and that was it. It said start some video processing. So it processed the whole video, and yeah, all I could see is pretty much a lot of Ken's over, gone, near the end, and the actual shutdown of the Ragchew Net was disappeared. But yeah, it gave me the warning and told me I wouldn't be able to monetize the video and all that, and I'm like, well, I don't want to monetize the video. But yeah. That was a little thing that from last week. So yeah, Michael wasn't with us, so he doesn't know. But yeah, there was a rugby game, France versus England, and I put it on the top right-hand corner of the live stream, and of course an advertisement had popped up, and yeah, it flagged it and it didn't like it for copyright, but. We did manage to get it back on though, well, not all lost. So, round to you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
This Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa, and a couple quick things. My the trampoline did go back to my neighbor's house. It lays in a pile of junk in their front yard, and I don't know what they're going to do with it, because there's not a whole lot left that they can recuperate and make into a trampoline of any kind. But it would have been nice to for them to have locked it down. They looked at me kind of baffled when I said those people around here anchor theirs into the ground so it doesn't blow away. And they looked at me like that thought had never crossed their mind to anchor it down in case of a strong wind. So I kind of wonder if they're about their experience in life. And but like I say, it was laying there. You don't see all the pieces underneath it because there was a lot more pieces, probably about 15 to 20 supports and pipes and everything like that laying in my grass. So they can deal with it whatever they need to. And my intent on that back is a shunt bed wiring. Basically, I have a matching transformer that's inside my bonus room. It goes to a wire that goes from that, it's about 14 foot off the ground, that goes on 57 feet all the way to that back corner. And like I said, the fence that I've got it tied to right now is about 5 foot off the ground. And it's working beautifully for me. The one in the front is a little bit different, and it's a little bit harder for me to get to. My brother-in-law put it up for me as I guided him through the process. So it's working well too. Hopefully everything will continue on with it as it was. As for my roofers, I would have gladly had to have Alex out there with them if they could have translated for us in order to get my antenna fixed. That would have been great. But as it was, they did their job, and we eventually broke the communication gap between the two of us. And I think they're actually here in this country legally because I know the roofer, but they are amazing at putting on a roof. There was women up on the roof and carrying all this stuff around, and they roofed my house, like I said, about 2 days, and did an excellent job. So glad to have that happen. I can do their job, roofers can do their job, and we'll move on with that. And I'll turn this back to you, Chris. Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Thanks very much there, Michael. And yeah, well, at least the job's done now. Yeah, more radio news actually this week. It went out on a lot of radio groups. WiresX 2.0. and yeah, upgrade, all that lot. Our room's now upgraded and all that sort of thing. And you wouldn't have seen any from the W.D.R.G. But of course, all I can say is I have it from a very, very good source. Not to, until after, well, yeah. Really, you know, if you do upgrade to 2.0, do it with caution. There is still some testing going on behind the scenes for it. The person who has been informing us about it says he feels like a broken record because he's been saying to go up to 2.0. And of course, yeah, I did go up to there, and then of course I couldn't get back into W.D.R.G, couldn't get into CQ Northwest, and of course, yeah, there was a few issues with the IPv6 and IPv4, is what I would say on that. So that's a lot of over the people's head. So basically, release was released. It's a little bit buggy. So yeah, I've been told it's still testing behind the scenes, and to stay on, if you must want to upgrade, you can upgrade to 1.5.7. That's not the link on the node owners page, and that is just on the home page of YSX that you can download. But yeah, 1.5.7 is the one to stay in. That's what I'm using tonight. YSX, and of course, yeah, then pretty much I can give updates next week, but like I said, it's up to anybody if they want to update their styles. But what a lot of groups have done is they've quickly upgraded to 0.2. It's a bit buggy, and you lose a lot of users. So yeah, then just put that announcement in the sense out there for us that are here and on the YouTube there. So I've hit a timeout, but we're going to go over to G0 EUZ.
G0 EUZ, back to the group. Well, yeah, I wasn't even aware YSX had been updated, Chris. So I've done nothing on YSX anyway for ages. The laptop, yeah, I haven't looked at it for ages. So yeah, it needs a lot of work. But if having what you said, I'll just leave it for a bit, and obviously they'll fix it, and I'll do it at some point. So just enough problems with with these nodes for whatever reason. But anyway, this one appears to be working all right. That's the main thing. So yeah, Michael, we had a big trampoline in our garden. It's not a big garden. It's and luckily it's walled. It's got buildings on one side and walls on the other two, and then obviously the house. So it's actually quite sheltered in our back garden, which is great really. But the only problem is when you go out and you think, oh, it's warm. And then you go out without a coat on and you freeze. So that's one thing you have to be wary of. But yeah, anyway, this trampoline, it was left in a house that we were looking after by a previous tenant. And but I only put it up for a couple of weeks in the summer when we had guests. My brother and his family always come and visit us late July. So yeah. Anyway, they didn't ask for it to be put up last year, so it promptly went to the recycling centre as fast as I could get it there. So yeah, nothing else at the moment. Antennas, obviously, I've said before, all my antennas are indoors. if I do put up one aside, it gets put up and taken down as soon as I finish using it, by instruction from her indoors. So there we go. Okay, Chris, back to you. I think you said it was going to be the last one next time. M7CCS G0 EZ.
Yeah, Mike 7, Charlie Sierra, yeah, that's correct there, Rob. And there, hear myself coming back from another radio. But, yeah, I turned it up. But, yeah, I just put that out there about the WiresX there because if you look around a few groups, you will see from quite a few groups that early in the week they jumped on it. It kind of got released. There was a YouTube video actually from Yezu USA, but it got released a day early in the node owners, and of course, yeah, people saw it there. They jumped on the bandwagon. They chucked it out there. They said everyone upgrade to version 2, and yeah, because it's a future release, it uses a different internet protocol. That's what it is, and it takes the port forwarding out if you were using mobile broadband. But of course it wasn't quite working very well. If you got mobile broadband, it did. But yeah, if you're on your home service provider, not a lot of providers, even Virgin Media, funnily enough, they don't give you an IVP6 connection. And yeah, that's what the new software runs on. But there's now an option to run it on IPv4, which is what normal internet connections do run on. So it's a lot of technical, but yeah, like I said, it's easier to just say the release is buggy. Yeah, stick with the older version if it was working for you. So right, we will go round now to Steve GW5 VOG.
GW5 VOG returning. Yeah, thank you, Chris. I must be honest, I don't really understand much about WiresX. And what's the difference between WiresX and Wires? And what's the difference between WiresX and Fusion and all things like that? It's sort of very, very obtuse, really. But as long as it works, that's the main thing, isn't it? That's all we care about. We don't really have to understand it. We've got people like you and Simon and Sooty who do understand about it, so that's good. I called into Sooty's Net on Wednesday and had a nice little chat with him. I couldn't stay on too long because I had to go to a RayNet meeting for 3 hours. That evening I have to go leave here about 6 o'clock, so I have to get ready, and then after that I do a 2-meter net with my local radio club, so do a lot of radio on Wednesday. The RayNet meeting though is only once a month. It's the third Wednesday of every month, so yeah, it's difficult to squeeze it all in. So that's why I don't often manage to do Sooty's Net. Anyway, I had a nice chat with him. Seems to be doing okay, and yeah, I don't think he's doing HF at the moment for some reason. He's got to rebuild his antenna, so there we are. So yeah, I gather this is going to be the last round before the 73. I don't know why you always sort of credit me with asking about that. I asked about it once, and I'll stay on as long as you want, or as short as you want. It is a bit, when there's only 3 of us on, it is a bit difficult to keep thinking of things to say, but that's all good fun. So with that, back to you, Chris, M7CCS from GW5 VOG.
Yeah, Mike, 7 Charlie Sierra. Well, I've just been jotting down so that I can remember myself, and I'm going to give you a quick little lesson. So, all you need to worry about is C4FM, YSF, WiresX. Yaesu is the radio, right? So, that's the brand. C4FM is the mode, like modulation. So, of course, C4FM is the mode that Yaesu radios use if they've got WiresX compatibility. So it's called C4FM. So, of course, you've got DMR as well. That is a mode. So it's still an FM radio. It uses a narrow band, and then, of course, digital modulation. So, and then, of course, you've got YSF. So YSF is basically, it's a word for a server. So YSF as a server it can normally be connected to a WiresX room, although you can't WiresX functionality of that room. And then you've got WiresX. So if you had a Yaesu radio with WiresX, you would press the WiresX button, or the DX button as it's called on newer models. You would press that button, it would connect with the repeater. You can search the rooms, join a room, and talk away on that repeater. But also WiresX with your radio, if you've got a radio compatible, you can use the USB cable into the PC with WiresX software, which then becomes a node, and you can use the radio in what's called PDN mode, so simulated repeater use. Or you can just use it in direct mode, so you would select the rooms in the software, or the possibilities are endless there, but you could use direct mode there. But also, if you connected to what's called a digital analog room, I'm trying to think of one now. Echolink used to be. Might be wrong, but it's analog and digital. So if somebody was using analog, it would actually come out of your speakers. And then, of course, there's all the confusion of the HRI 200 box. Hang on, I start so I'll finish. Mike 7 Charlie Sierra. So you got the magic of the HRI 200 box. Don't really need to worry about that unless you've got one. But of course, that is what rooms are hosted on, is a little box. Of course, you can have them connected to your radio, and it'll give a gateway. You can make a gateway just with a cable, the radio, and the software. Quick lesson on WiresX. I'm not an expert. I might have got things wrong, but that's a quick overview. Right, we're going to go round to Michael now, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa, and we are going to do the 7-3 round. So, last over and 7-3. Over to you there, Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa. So, and 7-3. Over to you there, Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, and 7-3. Over to you there, Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, and 7-3. Over to you there, Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, and 7-3. Over to you there, Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, and 7-3. Over to you there, Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, and 7-3. Over to you there, Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, and 7-3. Over to you there, Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, and 7-3. Over to you there, Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, 7-3. Over to you there, Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, 7-3. Over to you there, Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, 7-3. Over to you there, Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, 7-3. Over to you there, Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, 7-3. Over to you there, Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, 7-3. Over to you there, Michael, Whiskey Alpha 5, 7-3. Over to you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, and 3. Over to you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, and 3. Over to you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, and 3. Over to you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, and 3. Over to you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, and 3. Over to you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, and 3. Over to you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, and 3. Over to you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, and 3. Over to you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, and 3. Over to you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, and 3. Over to you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, and 3. Over to you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, and 3. Over to you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, and 3. Over to you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, and 3. Over to you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, and 3. Over to you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, and 3. Over to you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, and 3. Over to you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, and 3. Over to you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, and 3. Over to you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, and 3. Over to you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, and 3. Over to you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, and 3. Over to you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, and 3. Over to you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, and 3. Over to you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, and 3. Over to you there, Michael. Whiskey Alpha 5, 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 over to you there, Michael. Right, officially now over to Michael Whiskey Alpha 5 Romeo India Papa. I don't know what happened there.
Alpha 5 Romeo India Papa here. I'm just laughing about the whole thing because it was so funny. I just kept doing it over and over and over again. So I'm going to say it this time, since I said it before, 73 from Whiskey Alpha 5 Romeo India Papa. Everybody have a great week. Talk to you next Saturday.
Point 7 Charlie Sierra. Yep, I really don't know what happened at all, and it literally just went into network reverb from my over. I don't know whether it was I clashed with something. Yeah, I might have clashed with something that was trying to come over the network, that normally does, as well. So from the other network, so that might have happened as well. It was all about the timing, really. So we'll go round to G0 EUZ, and hopefully I only ask for him once.
G0 EUZ. Yes, it was good, that. Yeah. I thought it was never going to end. So, I don't know what reset it, but there we go. So, yeah, and I mean, Steve mentioned Sutty's Net. I've not been on Sutty's Net for ages. It just clashes with the time. Clashes when I've got to walk the dog. You know, so hopefully things will change as we get later in the night. Or later in the night, then, or the evening, I can maybe get on and take the dog out afterwards. So, there we go. So yeah, 7-3s everybody. It's great to hear you all on, and hopefully we'll catch you all next week. Have a good week. M7CCS, G0 EUZ, 7-3s all.
Seven Charlie Sierra, yeah, 7-3, and of course, yeah, just the stuff there, and of course, yeah, we find out who's listening as well. So of course, yeah, probably gaps. Yeah, I didn't leave a big enough gap by time date, so it to send the network into a loop just at the end there. So yeah, of course, we know that Daryl MW0TTS is listening because he put LOL. I think it went to WA5 over IP. So yeah, gets everyone chatting there. So we put Cookie in there listening as well. So you got more listeners as well. MH7 EMH. We didn't quite fire a money there into the W.D.R.G, but yeah, don't do not know what happened, but it's with it. So we now go over to GW5 W.D.R.G, round to you, that's Steve, for your 7-3.
GW5 V.O.G returning. Yeah, you put me in a trance there, Chris. I was hypnotized for a minute. Yeah, so that's probably it was the system getting back at you because you've just been talking about it. That's what it was. Yeah, so thanks for that explanation. Whether I know much more, I don't know, but I'll have to look into it. The main thing is it works. But I think the difference between wires and WiresX really was the thing I was mystified about. And I imagine that WiresX was only when you were using like the HRI 200 or whatever it's called. And you have to have a second radio, don't you, to link to your computer and all that kind of stuff. And if you're not doing that, it's just wires, but I'm probably wrong there. Anyway, yeah, 73 to everybody. Talking about Sooty's net, Rod, I just at the end of Edwin talking to him, and he's changed his call sign to M8, I think, LLD. It was a 2E0, wasn't he? So he's changed his call sign. So I've noticed quite a few M8s and M9s coming up on FT8, so a lot of them must be changing. I wonder why they don't like the 2E and 2W call signs. Maybe Ofcom pressurizing them to change, I don't know. Anyway, 73 to everyone. Thank you, Chris, for being net controller, and see you all next week. Take care. Back to you then, Chris. M7CCS and GW5 V.O.G.
Mike 7, Charlie Sierra. Well, yeah, he got the YouTube comments going as well. Stuck like a rail record. Say it again, Chris. One more time. Great hot day. But, yeah, it's not a Ragchew Net unless something goes wrong. And everything seems to be good. Everything seems to be working for me. And everything has gone well tonight. For me. Even if I click front camera, what happens? Oh, it works. If I click the back camera, here I am. Look, bye-bye everybody. So, yeah, it works. So everything's working, but it was just that one thing. And of course, yeah, we had an eagle on the Ragchew Net. So, yeah, that's just the week anyway. So, I'm going to say 7-3 to everybody. But in the net tonight, we had myself, M7CCS, we had Whiskey Alpha 5, Romeo India Papa. We had G0EUZ, Rod. We had GW5 VOG, Steve. We had KD8DXQ, William, was listening via Peanut. We had Donald, was listening on YouTube. We had MW0TTF, Harold, and he was obviously listening there at the point when everything went into a spin. I wonder if we can get a new release out of that and get it to #1. And yeah, M7EMH was listening as well. After I took my Mayday into W.D.R.G. Hi. So 7-3 and of course, yeah, you can catch City in the Week on Wednesday. As was mentioned there from Steve, because he did join, I did hear his tones this week, and I was listening alongside. So you can catch City at Wednesday from 16:30 our time, and yeah, at some point our clocks next week change. So yeah, Michael's have changed, so our clocks change. So yeah, just to make anybody in a different time zone aware, we'll be a different time. But not actually next week, it'll be the week after. So I try and put a reminder on the net for next week, and that the clocks will be changing in the early hours of the morning on that day. So 7-3 and catch you all next week. And yeah, as long as the net doesn't become Groundhog Day, we're good. But yeah, that's it. And there was my timeout and squeal, 7-3.